Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our July Planning Advisory Committee meeting. I appreciate your attendance. Without further ado, we'll get right into the agenda for this evening, and I'll ask if there are any disclosures of pecuniary interest, the general nature thereof, any of the topics. Councillor McHugh.
Yes, Chair. I've declared a conflict of interest with regard to Agenda Item Staff Report 20-061 PD. I've filed necessary paperwork and will remove myself from the chambers when that subject comes up.
Okay, thank you very much. Duly noted. Okay, now move down. Could I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Mr. Edson, Councillor McHugh. Any further questions or comments regarding that? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried, thank you. I now ask for a motion to approve the minutes of June the 19th and entertain any questions or comments, any errors or omissions that might be have been detected in those. Moved by Mayor Harrison. Second by Councillor McHugh. Any errors, omissions, or questions regarding those minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay, we'll get right into item 7 here. The public meetings are prescribed under the Planning Act, and the meetings are conducted as under the Planning Act as prescribed by Section 3413 of the Planning Act, RSO 1990, as amended for 2 zoning bylaw amendment applications affecting lands in the Murray Ward and 1 official plan amendment application affecting lands in all wards. The meetings will be conducted in the following manner for each application. First, I will identify each application being considered, and then I'll ask planning staff to outline each application being considered, then ask if there are any members of the public who have registered in advance to attend and participate in the meeting, and have any questions or comments regarding each application. If there are no public comments or questions, I will ask the committee if they have any questions or comments. Once all committee questions have been addressed, the committee will consider and vote on each application. If you wish to provide comments, please state your name and address for the record prior to addressing the committee. This committee has been delegated the responsibility to conduct public meetings as prescribed under the Planning Act. A full report of the meeting's proceedings will be submitted to City Council on Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025. Council will make the decision on each stated application. Anyone other than the applicant who wishes to receive further notice of Council's decision on each application must submit a written request for notice of Council's decision to the Director of Planning and Development Services. I will now ask the Director of Planning and Development Services, please advise the committee on how notice of these meetings were given. Brian, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Notice of the application being considered this evening for a zoning bylaw amendment was given in keeping with provisions of the Planning Act, RSO 1990 as amended, by first class mail on June 27, 2025, and posting of signs on the subject property on the same date. And notice of the application being considered this evening for a housekeeping zoning bylaw amendment was given in keeping with the provisions of the Planning Act, RSO 1990 as amended, by posting a newspaper advertisement on June 26, 2025.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll move right into the first application which of the evening. It's 7.1, Staff Report 25-053 PD, a zoning bylaw amendment application. The owner is 12114887 Ontario Incorporated. The agent is MD and PS Incorporated. The location is 3 and 5 Wilson Crescent, and the file number is D09/T11/25. Ashley, would you like to address this application, please?
Through you, Mr. Chair, this rezoning is a condition of consent application B16/25T, which was approved by the Committee of Adjustment on April 10, 2025. Under the consent application, the Committee of Adjustment approved the severance of a new lot with the lot line dividing the existing semi-detached dwelling. The purpose of the severance is to give separate ownership to 3 and 5 Wilson Crescent, with the purpose of the application is to also rezone the conditionally approved retained lot, 3 Wilson Crescent, from the residential type 2 zone to the residential type 3 exception 30 zone to recognize the existing semi-detached dwelling on the lot with the following special provisions. A reduced lot area on a separate lot from 325 square meters to 272.92 square meters, and a reduced rear yard setback from 6 meters to 2.94 square meters. Further, this amendment would also rezone the conditionally approved severed lot, 5 Wilson Crescent, from the residential type 2 zone to the residential type 3 exception 31 zone to recognize the existing semi-detached dwelling on the lot with the following special provisions. A reduced lot area on a separate lot from 325 square meters to 254.23 square meters. A reduced rear yard setback from 6 meters to 3.15 meters. The comments from the building department state no concerns. No residents to date have voiced concerns about the application, and there have been no further agency or staff comments. The application is consistent with the provincial planning statement, the city's official plan, and maintains the intent of the zoning bylaw. This application is recommended for approval.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashley. Do we have anyone in attendance who would wish to speak in favor of this application other than the applicant? Do we have anyone in attendance who wishes to speak in opposition or have general questions? Seeing none, would any applicant wish to speak or representative? Seeing none, committee, I would ask that you consider the recommendation. Mr. Marahata, would you like to address the committee at all? I see you're here virtually. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I don't have any comments because, like, whatever Ashley has explained, that's the gist of the application, and would like to see it approved. So yeah. And if there's any question, I can answer to those questions to the committee. That's it for now. Thank you.
Okay, staff, do you want to comment on that at all, or is?
No, through Mr. Chair. I think obviously the applicant concurs with the recommendation from staff.
I didn't know whether there's anything you wanted to add, just in case something wasn't quite clear. But it's okay. All right, committee. Councillor McHugh moves it. Have a seconder, Mr. Edison. Any further questions or comments from the rest of the committee? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Your comments regarding the application and staff reports have been recorded and will be forwarded to the members of council together with the minutes of this meeting. Council will make a decision to approve or refuse a stated application at the regularly scheduled council meeting of Wednesday, August the 13th, 2025. We now move into public input. Seems to be a fair crowd. Do you have would like to come forward, sir? No? Okay. Other than that, we'll move item 9, presentations, none. Allegations, none. So we have one decision item, 11.1, staff report 25-060 PD, official plan and zoning bylaw amendment. The owner is the city of Quinte West, addresses all wards. Davina, would you like to address this? I know you've been keeping us informed to this for the last couple of meetings, so go ahead, please.
Through the chair, housekeeping amendments related to additional residential units were presented to the Planning Advisory Committee through Zoning Bylaw Amendment 8 at the public meeting on May 15th, 2025, and through Housekeeping Official Plan Amendment Number 1 at the public meeting on June 19th, 2025. Following the commenting period, concerns were raised regarding parking, infrastructure capacity, and the potential impacts of increased density. In response, staff note that existing parking requirements remain unchanged and are consistent with standards in similar municipalities, and that amendments apply only to lots within urban areas on full municipal services, and no infrastructure concerns were identified by Public Works. Staff recommend approval of both amendments, which would permit up to 4 dwelling units per lot in full-serviced urban areas.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have anyone in attendance who wishes to address this change, or seeing none? I believe we'll just ask the committee, do you have any further questions or comments regarding this? And the recommendation is we approve. Any further questions or comments? Mr. Brown moves it. Yep. Mayor Harrison seconds it. Any further questions or comments? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, we now move down to item 11.2, staff report 25-061 PD, a sign variance. The owner is 1000856987. The address is 282 Dundas Street East. William, would you like to address this application, please?
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair. On May 14th, the Building Department received an application for a pylon sign at 282 Dundas Street East. The application was rejected on May 27th for contravention of the sign bylaw, including proximity to the west property line, as the proposed location was within the minimum 3-meter setback from the property line. On June 10th, a revision to the application was received proposing a new location for the sign. The revised location was also in violation of the sign bylaw and was rejected. On June 16th, an application for a sign variance was received. The sign variance was circulated internally and comments were received as follows. Economic Development did not have any concerns, but both Public Works and Planning Department did not support the proposed location. The most pressing issue with the proposed location was its proximity to the traffic lane, being less than the required 0.6 meters. However, being cognizant of the fact that any closer to the proximity brings the sign closer to the overhead power lines, potentially causing a problem, and recognizing that there is very limited, if not no location on the property where the sign can be placed, that will not contravene the sign bylaw regarding proximity to the property lines and not being an impediment to the flow of traffic, staff would entertain an alternative location as an amendment to the current application. As the application is received now, staff does not support the application for a sign variance.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have anyone in attendance other than applicant? I know I have to go through this to make sure. I don't see anyone, so sir, would you like to come forward and speak on behalf of the applicant, I presume? And state your name and address for us, please, for the record.
Thanks for having me, everybody. My name's Seth Nagendran. My address is 213 Avondale Road. The property in question is a property that I do own. As you guys can tell, I'm from Domino's. We're relocating to this property, and we're just having some trouble trying to figure out a new location for a signage or pylon sign. The pylon sign is vital for our operations, but as you guys can see, like I brought the plans as well, we have a very weird kind of property line. So anywhere that it goes, it kind of contradicts with anything else. So the planning department or the building department informed me that currently with 20 parking spaces, I'm already at a deficit. So they wouldn't let me take up an existing parking spot to relocate the sign. If I move it to the left side, it's another issue. It's 10 meters. Prohibited 3 meters from any side or rear lot sign. But currently, like, there is a sign right below the electrical wires. I try to figure out anywhere with my architect, with my engineer, anywhere to relocate the sign. But it just seems like this is the best spot. I wouldn't be erecting it too high. It'd just be around the same height. It wouldn't interfere with any of the lines as well. I just want to demolish the current sign and just kind of update it with my Domino's logo. Because the big thing is our signage really helps us kind of advertise events or stuff like that we do. Like, we're doing a big Children's Foundation event as well this year. Like last year in one day we were able to raise like 18 grand. This year aiming for 22 grand. So having the sign here really helps us kind of advertise these events, something that helps get back to the community, something like that, right? Without it, it's very, very hard for us to kind of advertise what's going on. I'm not able to put a roadside sign as well because there's no grass. And we're only allowed to have a roadside sign currently where we are right now because it's grandfathered in. So there's no other options, unfortunately. Like I try to figure out anywhere and everywhere to put it, but everything just kind of affects the bylaw, right? So I just want to keep it the exact same spot that it is and just keep it around the same height and just put up a new sign.
Okay. One question maybe to William. I noted, and the gentleman here has noted that there was a sign there previously. Is there any way that it could be recognized or grandfathered, or was it in non-compliance too? I just, when I read the report, I was just looking back and forth and the placement and whatever, and it seemed, and I do, driving by, know where the old sign was. I've seen it there in front of, well, the DAPS restaurant, what it had been before, but I just wondered if it was not being able to consider to, or if it eliminated any consideration.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, that's a very good question and valid. The issue with the original sign location is essentially the proximity to the power lines, the sign being 22 feet tall.
the current sign isn't 22 feet
No,
tall?
no. The
My-
current sign is underneath
Yeah.
the power lines. The proposed sign being
Yeah.
higher would interfere with the power lines. And we recognize that, and staff is of the opinion that at some point on the, in order to obtain a sign on this property, there is going to be something that is going to be in contravention of the sign bylaw. The opinion of the staff is that if there is going to be some kind of a contravention, the contravention in proximity to property lines would be preferable to proximity to traffic lanes or flow-through traffic. The location as proposed is, again, within the 0.6 meters of the traffic lane. So that is, from a staff standpoint, the least preferable location. To directly answer and to clarify, it was considered whether or not it would be appropriate to locate the sign that is proposed in the location of the existing sign, and our major concern with that is that it would be interfering with the power lines above it.
So we only put 22 feet because we thought we'd be relocating it to the other side of the property. If I keep it at the same spot, it would be around 14 to 15 feet. I do have a couple locations, like, can I show it to you? Or,
William, I don't know whether you've seen maybe his new proposals or not. I'm not,
have
just
a
not
couple
sure what your
printouts.
communication's been back and forth as of late, I'll put it that way.
Sure, through you, Mr. Chair. The application that we received didn't have the 14 feet, and I recognize that you have a proposal that would include that. I think that this setting would be the wrong time to suggest that, because as the application is right now, it's not 14 feet on the proposed sign variance application. I do agree that there would be a path forward, and as I mentioned, I would be in support of a change to your application, but I don't believe that we should be addressing potential changes that are not on paper that the committee cannot review in its full at this time.
okay, so the change, or the route that you guys would support the most would be a smaller sign at the current spot, or something that's interferes with the property lines? Well, sorry.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Without making recommendation,
Yeah, sorry.
the least
Unfavorable.
interfering with the flow-through traffic, the further away from those traffic lanes, the better. If we're going to impede upon the sign bylaw in any way, the preference would be from staff not to impede upon the flow of traffic, preferably to impede upon the setback to a property line.
Setback to the property, okay. So I'll just have to do a variance to this application, I guess? Yeah, okay.
An amendment to the application
Amendment,
would
okay.
be supported from a staff position
Sounds great.
to review.
Councilor O'Neill?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I believe we have here what's called pre-consultation, so you could meet with staff before you actually fill out the whole application.
Okay.
And the other question I have, right now, you don't have any indoor dining, right?
Currently, at my current location, I don't, but
Will you
this-
have indoor dining at your new location?
Yes.
Okay. Because if you didn't, I say maybe you could cut down on a parking spot, but
Yeah, I have 20 parking spots, but apparently our requirement was a bit more than that. But they were okay with 20 spots, but me removing another parking spot isn't in their favor.
But I think if you met with staff to determine what they would accept, that would probably be the way to go.
How would I set that up, like to have a meeting?
Mr. Sycamore, please.
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chair. The communication line that you've had in the past through the building email, building@quintewest.ca, request a meeting with staff in regards to an amendment to your sign variance. I'll tell them that we expect that to be coming, and we'll set up a time that you can meet us here and discuss proposals.
Okay, I appreciate that, thank you.
Mr. Brown, you had a question, comment?
No, that's it. Sorry, they kind of answered it already. But while we're here, what's your position on pineapple on pizza? I'm kidding.
I love it. I love it. It's good. I know everybody has negativity towards it.
Not everyone.
Councilor Kasovas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Regardless of the outcome as you meet with the building staff, is there potential to cut back some of the greenery? I know that obstructs your sign's view.
The greenery, like in between us and Dairy Queen.
Yeah, some of it's on your property line, correct? I'm just thinking if you trimmed some of it away, that your sign would have more visibility.
Yeah, so that was my thought as well.
Okay.
But I just kind of wanted to first get the sign approved and then move forward with that. Yeah, but definitely, that's definitely something. Like, there's a lot of stuff we'd have to do. I can show you guys what the building's supposed to look like. Like, so this is like what the plans are. It's supposed to look like this. So we really want to kind of revitalize the property as well. It was supposed to be done August 1st, but everyone's kind of on their own timeline. So hopefully September 1st now. But yeah. And by the way, I know this is irrelevant to this, but we're selling pizzas for $5 on August 20th. And 100% of sales are going to the Children's Foundation. 100%. Last year we sold 3,226. This year aiming for $4,000. So if you guys want to stop by August 20th to support, the more the merrier.
Thank you very much.
Mark your calendar.
Director Jardine.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just for the record, if somebody could put a motion on to defer, and we'll bring it back. There's obviously, I think there's a path here for resolution, and we'll bring back an amendment to the next committee.
Ms. Simmons, you had your hands up? To move? Okay. And Councilor O'Neill or Mr. Forsyth, don't matter? Okay. Aaron then, okay. All in favor of deferral and when they can bring it back? Thank you. Carried.
It's a pleasure meeting everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your attendance.
Am I good to go?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Unless you have more questions or comments. Certainly, you can certainly talk to staff and then you can convene, try to work something worked out.
Get your appointment.
Yep. Okay. Move down to printed information. You have the monthly planning reports, building department from January to June, and I would like a motion to receive. Mr. Edison, Ms. Simmons, any further questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Carried, thank you. None printed, we have none. Requests for information, Ms. Simmons, anything tonight? No? JD? No? Aaron? Councilor Neal?
Question for the Director of Planning. The old tire store, gas station on Highway 2, I'm just wondering what's going in there? The Goodyear?
Yep.
Right across from the high school.
Yeah, that's redeveloping. We're redeveloping it to a drive-through Taco Bell.
Thank you.
Okay. Mayor Harrison?
Let's ask further then, up by the present liquor store, what's that building for? Besides drive-through for some burritos or something?
There is another, the sign up says Taco Time for a drive-through, and then there's also a few units with some other restaurants and retail space.
Okay, that's what I kind of thought. Anyways,
Counselor?
thank you very much. Just a further comment. We've worked on this sign bylaw for years. Yes, we have. And it's been a painful experience for many of us. We thought we had it, and then we'd go out and come back, and we revise it. So from my point of view as mayor, right now, what we have is working, and I appreciate that very much. We're trying to control the signage that people have to, I guess you'd say, observe on a regular basis, and we're trying to make them work in a safe manner for all of us. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Quincy?
Yeah, I vote for pineapple on pizza. Thanks.
Hawaiian, eh?
You
Okay.
got it.
Mr. Edison? No? Michael? I guess we should bring Councilor McHugh back in now. We're past the see if he has the last kick of the can here.
Can we do a motion to adjourn?
Almost forgot about you.
You're kind of late. Why didn't you come earlier?
We're at request for information, and lo and behold, you get the last kick at the can if you have anything you want to bring forward, so. And then the next big, I guess, request will be any notices of motion, and our next regular meeting is scheduled for Thursday, August the 21st, 2025, same time, same place. And so, Councilor McHugh, I'll leave it to you to either make a comment and maybe even make the motion to adjourn.
Just hope everybody's having a wonderful summer. A few prayers for rain would be appreciated. I know the farmers could use it. And yes, I'd like to make the motion for adjournment, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Mr. Edison seconds it. All in favor? No opposition at all. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening and the rest of the summer, and thanks for your attendance, staff and everyone. Meeting adjourned.